Hi, this is James, and welcome to my simulated trading channel. I'm going to show you a technique now that you can use to lock in a profit when you have a profitable vertical call spread. Not only that, can you lock in your profit, there's still a possibility of making even more profit in the future, but a certain level of profit is going to be locked in. And you might say, how do you do that? We're going to show that technique right now. Let's say that I'm going to be working with the 21 November call. And I decide to purchase a call spread. I'm going to start here at the 450 call, and I'm going to buy a vertical spread. Now, instead of having the short call to be this 52.5, I'm going to go and use the 480 call. Alright, so let's go ahead, confirm and send. And let's analyze. I didn't hear it go through yet. Ah, there we go. Okay, now we've got it. Let's change the stock price back to whatever it was. Yeah, okay. Now, let's say that right now, if we were to go ahead and close the trade, we'd essentially make about zero, plus minus a little bit here or there. But let's say that our stock price, would rise to $500. So let's make that change. $500. Alright, now notice that we have a choice. If we right now decide to close the trade, you can see we'd make about $1,000. On the other hand, if we didn't close the trade, if we waited until expiration, now what you want to do is look at this figure right here. When I put it on the line, you can see, looking down in the lower left hand corner, that we would make over $2,000. But you'd have to wait until expiration. And waiting until expiration, we all know anything could happen. Now, it doesn't matter when it comes to expiration if the stock went up a lot more to $600. We still only make $2,000. But on the other hand, things could go the other way. Not only could we lose the $1,000 that we could cash in right now, we could wind up having to pay over $900. We could have an over $900 loss. So what we're going to show you now is a way to lock in a certain amount of profit and still have the possibility to earn more money, to have a larger profit, actually a pretty substantially larger profit. Alright, so what we want to do, in order to do this, you always want to do the opposite of the short position. So we are short, which means we sold call, so we want to buy. And here we have a call, so it says we want to purchase a put. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at that, purchasing a 480 put. But the price that they have there for that, 51, that's when our stock price was here at about 438. So it's gone up about 60 points. Let's take this down 60 points. And we see that our price now if this thing was 60 point lower, would be about 14 or 15. So let's go ahead and purchase this, or adjust it. I'm going to use this little technique. We said we want to purchase a put, so +1. I'm going to make the price, I'm going to make it $14. Somewhere in there. Alright, now let's take a look. Alright, so here's our 480 put. We're paying $14. Now let's look at our analysis. Notice that our profit, looking at this figure, profit always stays around $670. So the technique did it. It locked in profit. Now without that, what was the profit you say? How much again could you? Well, about $1,000. Here it locks in close to 700. So you don't get all of the profit, but it's locked in. It's guaranteed. But not only that, suppose our underlying went back down to about 440. This thing comes close to, let's see, 1848, somewhere in there, comes close to making the maximum we could have gotten, which was about $2,000 if we'd waited to expiration, and with the original, well, let me show you that to you, would have had a little more than $2,000 or $2,070 in profit. But if it went back to 440 and expiration, we'd have somewhere up in here, about 1,800. Not bad. But what if it dropped further down? Suppose it dropped down to 420. All of a sudden, we're making $3,700 plus in profit. So you really got a chance to make some substantial profit if things happen to go the other way. But in any event, it's a nice feeling when the only thing you can do is make more money. You don't have to worry that you're going to take a loss once you lock it in using this technique. Well, I hope that helps. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.